Crickets, my name is Anita, and today we are going to be learning how to make this cowrie bikini set. I am going to be sharing the entire set in one tutorial, as in the bra and the bikini bottom, all in this tutorial. So sit back, relax, prepare your items that we are going to use, and then let's dive into this. First of all, I'm going to be working with this nude shade because I feel like it blends so well with the cowries, and also it gives it that sort of like originality rather than working with any other shade. I will also be working with a darker shade of brown, so I'll be sharing pictures of both bikini sets once complete. And also I'm going to be working with chunky robin 100% acrylic. It's 100 grams and it is size 4 yarn. I'm going to be working with a 4.5mm hook. You'll need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, a few cowries. Okay, if you can grab these. I don't know, I got this from a local market in Kampala. So if you can grab anywhere, you can grab yourself some cowrie shells. That will be very great. Okay, and then you'll need a tape measure. This is optional, but since we are not working the same size and I already know how to go about my sizes, but if you're working for a different size that is not what I am working for, please use your tape measure to see where you are at and to get to know whether you need to make any adjustments apart from the ones I've already been sharing. Okay, so yes, let's get started. So to start with, I'm going to make a knot, and I'm going to grab my hook, insert it into the loop. I'm going to work 10 chains, 1 2. So into the third chain stitch from the hook, I'm going to work a single crochet and continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of my row. So here we got to the very last stitch in which we have worked 1 single crochet. So once again we are going to work 2 more single crochets in there, so we have a total of 3 single crochets in the very same stitch. Now we are going to start working on the opposite side of our foundation chains, and this side we are going to work into the very next stitch, work 1 single crochet, and then continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch going down until you come to the end of your row. Now here you are going to chain 1, turn your work 1 single crochet into the very first stitch, and continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch until you get back to the top, like the second single crochet stitch of the 3. See, these are the 3. Okay, so you work into the first one. Now into the second one here at the peak we are going to work 3 single crochets all in the very same stitch, like that. And now here we shall continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch until we come to the end of the row. So chain 1, turn your work 1 single crochet into every stitch, into every stitch until you get to the peak. That is the second single crochet that of the 3 that we put at the peak. Okay, so once again this is the second single crochet and you can see it's at the peak. So in there we work 3 single crochets all in the very same stitch, and then from here we continue with 1 single crochet until we come to the end of the row. You see that? So we are going to continue with exactly what I have told you guys to do until we come to the end of the row. Until we are going to continue with what I've told you guys to do, just like we have been doing, until we get the size of the breast cup that we want. Okay, once you have the size of the breast cup that you want, that's where I'm going to find you and show you what to do next. So I have worked my rows and this is how my work looks like. I literally have worked 1. Okay, so I have like 13 rows. I have a total of 13 rows, and I am confident that this is the size of breast cup that I want. So that is it. So now here, what I am going to do is I'm going to just work a row of picots just to give my breast cup some kind of finishing. All right, so I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work 1 single crochet into the very first stitch, and then into the next stitch I'll work a single crochet, chain 2, get back into the single crochet, and then work a slip stitch, creating a picot. Okay, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then a single crochet in the next stitch, then I'll chain 2, work a single crochet with a picot. Okay, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet in the next, chain 2, get into the single crochet right there, and work a slip stitch. You see what we have? Okay, so I want to go all the way around working this. No, not all the way around, but I want to go all the way until the peak. Okay, just doing this. So as you can see, I have worked all the way to the top. I'm not yet at like the top because this is more like the peak stitch right there. So I'll just work my single crochet into this stitch. Okay, now because I need to have a strap going all the way back to my neck, I'm going to chain 50. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Once you have your 50 chains, this is what you are going to do. Into the 3rd chain stitch from the hook, you work a slip stitch. Okay, and then continue working 1 slip stitch into every chain stitch until you come back to your bralette. Okay, this will help us have a thicker strap, more so for those working for larger breast cups. Okay, larger busts. This will be super great for you because you'll have a thick strap that can hold up your breasts tightly and firm. Okay, but also to have neat work, this is a very good option. So I'm going to let you guys work your single crochets until you get back to the breast cup, then I can show you what to do next. So once right here, what we are going to do is I'm going to get into the single crochet that I previously made, just like we have been doing for our picots. We'll get in there and work a slip stitch. This helps me get this firmly joined onto the breast cup and the previous stitch. So once again, in that very same stitch, I'll work a single crochet. You see how fit and firm it's like crocheted onto it. Okay, so into the next stitch I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 2, and then get back and work a slip stitch, creating a picot. Work a single crochet in the next stitch, and then into the next I'll work a single crochet, chain 2, and then work a picot onto it. So I'm going to let you do this until you come to the end of your row. Okay, so once you have come to the end of your row, now we want to work the bottom of it so that we can have where our drawstring is actually going to go, the ties to the back. So we shall chain 2, yarn over, skip this very last single crochet row, and now into this we work 2 half double crochets. Okay, yarn over, skip these 2 single crochets, single crochet posts. Okay, and now in here we work 2 half double crochets. So literally we are just working into the joints of of each two. Okay, yarn over, skip these two single crochet posts, and then work in here and work 2 half double crochets all in the very same joint. Skip this, and into the next you work 2 single crochets, 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, skip these 2, and in here you work 2 half double crochets, skip these 2, in there you work 2 half double crochets, and now into the very last one we shall just work 1 half double crochet. So you see, this is where I'm going to pass my my string that will tie to the back. Okay, now at this point I'm just going to work a few chains, so please make sure you are working this tightly. If you are not going to be in position to do that, please get a 3.5mm hook to do that for you. So we are going to chain 12, 1, 2, and I'm going to turn my work, and I'll get into the very first stitch right there, like chain stitch, and then work a slip stitch. Okay, this is what I want. And now I'm going to work 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I'll chain 12 again, 1, 2, 3, 11, 12. Okay, and I'll get back into the last single crochet I made, and then work a slip stitch in there, just like that. Okay, once again I'll work 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see what we are having? Okay, so chain 12 again, 3, 4, 5, 6, get back into the previous single crochet stitch and work a slip stitch, and then work a single crochet, 5 single crochets into the next 5 stitches, get back and work a slip stitch into the previously worked single crochet stitch. So this is what I have. That's how my bralette looks like. And now I'm going to start fixing my cowrie shells in here. So I'll just fix 1 or 2 and then put this aside, start on my bikini bottom. All right, so guys, I have been working my cowries, and I want to show you how to place this. Okay, so I'm just going to get a cowrie just like that. I'll just go through the back and come. Okay, go through any side that you want. There we have it. Okay, and make sure you make your way all the way to the top of your cowrie, like just pull them so it's at the top. Now here you are going to make a knot. Please make sure it's not tight because we want it to dangle, and if it is tight it won't be in position to like dangle. Okay, so make a knot and make a knot once again, and it's the second knot that you'll make tighter, just like that. All right, so I'll place my cowrie here, and remember we made 5 single crochets in between every chain, 12 chains. So you look for the 3rd chain stitch and get into it from the back. So you will pull through your yarn, and then also get to this side and pull through your yarn. So we are going to turn our work and make a knot at the back, but make sure it's not tight so that the cowrie can dangle. Okay, just leave some room for it like that. And now here I'll make a knot once again just to make sure this is secure, and I'll cut my yarn to some length just like that. So this will be my cowrie at the front. Okay, so you guys are going to do this until you come to the end of your bralette, here and here. Okay, just do that very same thing, so we have something like this. Okay, I don't want them so many of them like going around, because remember, when you're fastening and placing a string through this, it's going to like also draw close. So if there's so many, the cowries may not even appear. So I'll just show you. You will make a knot and make a couple of chains that make a string that is long enough to go all the way around the front of your chest and tie at the back of your at the back of your back. Back. So we shall get this chain and pass it through the very first half double crochet stitch. The last half double crochet stitch right there. Skip the next 2 half double crochet stitches and get into the next gap right there, and then skip the next, get in from the next half double crochets. So literally this, we are passing, the string is going to be passed through the row of half double crochets that we worked at the bottom of our breast cap. Okay, you can use your darning needle. Sometimes I just don't have time to like get my yarn through the eyelet. I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy, and I find this very maybe I'm too pragmatic, like so practical. Sometimes I'm just going the hard way instead of just using the most easy items to like fasten up. So this is how your breast cap has to look like, and you're going to follow the very same steps we have worked for your next breast cap, and there you will have your bikini top complete. So let's move on to the bikini bottom right away. So to work my bikini bottom, I'm going to make a knot, get my hook into the loop, and I'm going to work 7 chains into the second chain stitch. From the third chain stitch from the hook, I'll work a single crochet and continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of the row. Chain 1, turn your work, work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of the row. Once again, chain 1, turn your work, work 1 single crochet into every stitch. You must have 5 stitches until you come to the end of the row. So you are just going to do this until you have a total of 6 rows. I know this looks very, very small for you, but because we are going to work 2 rows of single crochets at the edges, it will still turn out big. Okay, so don't worry about the size of your crotch. It's going to increase once we are working on the edges or the border. Okay, so once you have this, you are going to chain 1 and work 2 single crochets into the very first stitch, and then work 1 single crochet into the next stitches until you get to the very last stitch, and in the last stitch you work 2 single crochets all in the very same stitch. Chain 1, work 2 single crochets into chain 1, work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row. Chain 1, turn your work, work 2 single crochets into the very first stitch, and then work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you get to the last stitch. In the last stitch, you work 2 single crochets all in the very same stitch. Chain 1, turn your work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row. Chain 1, turn your work 2 single crochets into every stitch. 2 single crochets into the very first stitch, and then 1 single crochet into every stitch until you get to the very last stitch. Once at the very last stitch, you're going to work 2 single crochets all in the very same stitch. So you are going to repeat this pattern, okay, until you have the width that I want. So literally you are going to work 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into every stitch until you get to the last stitch, and then work 2 single crochets into the very last stitch. For the next row, you will just chain 1, turn your work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of the row. So you're going to repeat that pattern until you have a total number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So until you have a total number of 24 stitches, until you have a total number of 24 rows. Okay, so you will count from here going up. When you make 24 rows, that's why you will stop working and increase, and then I'm going to get back and find you there and then show you what to do next. So this is what I have. Okay. And now what I am going to do at this point is I'm going to chain 1. I have a total of 24 rows from here up to here. Okay, so I'm going to chain 1, turn my work. Into this very first stitch, I am going to work a single crochet. My last row had an increase, so for this row I am just going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch, because now I'm going to start the decrease, so I don't want to have an increase next to a decrease. Okay, my work will fold at the end, at the corners, and that's not what I want. So I'm just going to work 1 row of single crochet, of just single crochets. And if you had your last row without an increase, then you don't need to do this. You can work this to the width that you want, okay, but do not go so high up. If you're working for a larger size, I advise that you work 2 rows of an increase followed by 1 row of normal single crochets, all right, so that you have something wider to like cover up. Okay, so here I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and I'm going to start working a decrease. So I'm going to work 2 single crochets together into the first 2 stitches, and then work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I get to the end of the row, until I'm left with 2 stitches, okay. So once I have 2 stitches left, I am going to work 2 single crochets together, chain 1, turn my work. Are you guys seeing that? And I'm going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of my row. Okay, so here I'll chain 1, turn my work, and I'm going to work 2 single crochets together into the first 2 stitches, and then work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I have 2 stitches left. Yeah, there we have it. Once you have 2 stitches left, you are going to work 2 single crochets into the last 2 stitches, 2 single crochets together into the last 2 stitches, then chain 1, I hope you guys can see that we are starting to have a decrease, and that's what I want us to have. Now here we are going to work one single crochet into every stitch until we come to the end of the row. Okay, so once again we chain one, work 2 single crochets together into the very first 2 stitches, and then continue with 1 single crochet into every stitch until we have 2 stitches left. Okay, so guys, now I'm going to start working on this side of my decrease. Okay, so I'm going to chain one into this very first single crochet stitch, single crochet post. I'll work a single crochet into the next single crochet post. I'll work a single crochet and continue working 1 single crochet into every single crochet post until you get to the very last stitch of the decrease, or the very first single crochet where we last put our increase. Sorry. So there I have it. Okay, and I'm going to turn my work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of the row. Once again, I'll chain one, turn my work, and I'm going to work 2 single crochets into the first 2 stitches. No, sorry about that. Yeah, so I'll chain one and work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I have 2 stitches left. Please be attentive on this. So into the last 2 stitches, I am going to work 2 single crochets. This is going to have me a decrease. Okay, chain one. Now for this row, I am going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch. Chain one, turn my work. For the next row, I'm going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I have 2 stitches left. So for the last 2 stitches, I am going to work 2 single crochets together, just like that. Chain one, turn my work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of the row. So you can see that we are working a decrease, but only here. Okay, so once again, I'll chain one, work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I have 2 stitches left. And here I'll work 2 single crochets together into the last 2 stitches, chain one, turn my work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of the row, and then chain one, turn my work 1 single crochet until I have 2 stitches left, and into those 2 stitches I'll work 2 single crochets together, chain one, turn my work 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of the row, chain one, turn my work 1 single crochet until I have 2 stitches, and there I'll work 2 single crochets together into those last 2 stitches. Chain one, turn my work 1 single crochet into those 2 stitches, and then chain one, turn my work 2 single crochets together into the last 2 stitches. So you are going to do the very same thing on this side. Okay, just do the very same thing right here that we did on this side. So I figured I needed shorter ends, so instead of working 1 row of decrease and then 1 normal row, I instead just worked 1 row of decrease after another. So I was just decreasing on this side. So if you also opt for shorter ones, just like mine, that's what you will do. Literally what I mean is chain one, turn your work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you have 2 stitches left, work 2 single crochets together at the end, chain one, turn your work 2 single crochets into the very first 2 stitches, then continue with 1 single crochet until the end of your row. That's exactly what I made. Okay, so now I'm going to get my yarn and get into this this double crochet post right here, but I'll make sure I'm getting into it from the back, like the back loop. Yeah, just like that. Then I'll chain 12, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, just like we did for our top. Okay, so I'll just get back into the very first chain stitch and work a slip stitch. So here I'm going to chain 3, skip these two and these 2 single crochet posts. Okay, and into this next one I am going to work a single crochet, a back loop single crochet, and then chain 12, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I'm going to get back into the single crochet stitch that I just worked and work a slip stitch into it. Okay, this is not making sense to you, I know that, but let me just get to those stitches and then show you how much sense it's going to make. If you remember the chains we worked on our top, so I want this to be matching. Okay, so from here I'm going to chain 3, skip these 2 double crochet posts, single crochet posts, and then work into this, but I'll go into the back of it and work a single crochet, and then chain 12, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Get back into my single crochet and work a slip stitch, and now chain 3. Yeah, skip these 2 and into this, that's where I'm going to work my back post single crochet. Okay, and now chain 12, 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. I'll get back into the previously worked single crochet stitch and then work a slip stitch, chain 3, skip 1 2 stitches, one 2, and now into this I'm going to work a single crochet. You guys, let me just show you how this looks like. This is how it has to look like. Okay, actually we are going to chain 3 and skip 1 2 3 stitches and then work the back loop into the 4th stitch. Now here we chain 12, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Get back into my single crochet stitch and work a slip stitch, chain 3, skip 3, and into the next we work that back loop. Let me just show you guys. I just want it to look alike with exactly what we just worked. Don't worry about the folding here. I'm going to work a single crochet row on top of it when working the edges, so this will also turn out perfect. Okay, so just do this until you come to the end right here, and then I'll get back and show you what to do next. So guys, this is how my piece looks like right now. It may not make sense, but now if you remember how we put our cowries in here, that's where you're going to put them exactly. So I'll let you guys fit your cowries in there, and I'm just going to skip to working the back of my bikini bottom. So I'm going to insert my hook at the edge of it on the opposite side of the foundation chains that we worked when starting the bikini bottom, and I'll chain 1, work a single crochet into that very same stitch, and then continue with 1 single crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of the row. So you must have the very same number of stitches that you had on the previous row onto this side as well. Okay, so here we chain 1, and I'm going to continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch for the next 4 rows. So you must have a total of 5 rows of single crochet from where we started working the back. Okay, so here we are going to start the increase, but the increase for the back is going to be a little different from the one of the front. And this is what we are going to do. We are going to work 2 single crochets into the very first stitch and work 1 single crochet into every stitch until we have 2 stitches left. Until we get to the last stitch, and there we work 2 single crochets. Okay, chain 1. For the next row, we are going to work 2 single crochets into every stitch. 2 single crochets into the first stitch and 1 single crochet into every stitch until we have 1 stitch left. In that last stitch, we work 2 single crochets all in the very same stitch. Now for the next row, we are just going to work normal single crochet stitches until we come to the end of our row. So unlike the very first, unlike the front, we were working one row of increase and followed by 1 row of normal single crochets. But this time we are working 2 rows of increase followed by 1 single crochet row, normal single crochet. So once again, we are going to work 2 single crochets into the very first stitch and work 1 single crochet into every stitch until we have 2 stitches left. Until we have 1 stitch left. And into that last stitch, we are going to work 2 single crochets. Okay, chain 1. Once again, we work 2 single crochets into the very first stitch and then followed by 1 single crochet into every stitch until we have 1 stitch left. Okay, so here we are going to work 2 single crochets into the very last stitch. Chain 1, work 1 single crochet into every stitch until we come to the end of the row. And that's what you are going to do until you have a total number of rows that really can cover your bum. Your bum, yes. So for me, I'll just make sure that I work rows that when folded like this, they are like this meets up to here. So I'm just going to So I'm just going to get back and show you how many rows I have worked for my back part. Okay, but just make sure you are working 2 rows of an increase followed by 1 normal row. So let me get you guys there and then show you what to do next. So this is how my back part looks like, and I have worked 14 rows. Okay, from the crochet up to up here I have 14 rows. So the thing that we are going to do right now, I'm actually not going to do it for you guys because I already did it. I'll be making a repetition of myself. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to do exactly what you did here, making your decreases. Okay, making 6 rows of a decrease and then getting back and working this. We are not going to work these because we are not going to put any cowries at the back. Okay, at the back of our work. So literally just work your decrease like this and then work this. So I'm just going to get back and show you guys how to work onto your edges and working the straps of your bikini bottom. Okay, but right now I feel like you are in position to do the rest of the bit on your own. So let me get you guys there and then show you what to do. So guys, as you can see, I have finished working my bikini bottom. All right, and now I'm going to rush into working the edges. So this is what I am going to do. Okay, I'm going to chain 1 turn my work and work 1 single crochet into every single crochet post I have. Just put 1 single crochet. Literally, the good thing about working with single crochets is when working the edges, it's really easy for you. It's not like when you have double crochets where you have to look out for where to put your single crochets and find that you have to put 2 single crochets in every double crochet post. For this, it's literally, it just works itself out. It's that simple. So we are going to work 1 single crochet into every single crochet post on the edges until we come to the end of the row. Literally, just do this until you are here, up here. So here I am going to work 50 chains, okay, or you can work less if you want to. So this is it, and here I'm going to work a slip stitch into the second chain stitch and continue working 1 slip stitch into every chain stitch until I get back to my bikini bottom. So I'm going to let you guys go through this until you get back down there, then I can show you what to do next. So once you have your strap complete, you're going to get back in here and now start working 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way on top. This is the top of the back part, okay? See that? So we are going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you come to the end, and then work your chains, work slip stitches into every chain, and then literally it's just the very same thing. I just wanted to take you guys through it. So you are going to work your single crochets up to this point and then work your chains for the strap, get back with slip stitches into every chain stitch, then get back down here and work single crochets into every stitch so that we have a much more fine edge. Then get back all the way up here, do the very same thing, work chains and then work slip stitches in them. Then you will start working one single crochet into every stitch. Like, it will be visible for you guys, okay? You will see it because they are still much more visible. So you work into them, you work 1 single crochet into each one of them, okay? Do the same on this side, work your strap, get back all the way down, and once you get back here, you will just work a slip stitch into the very first chain of the strap and then cut your yarn, weave in your ends. Then you will have had your bikini bottom complete. I'm just going to get back, guys, and show you how mine looks like after I have put my cowries, because remember I told you to put cowries in here, and if you watched how I worked the breast cups, you know how to put your cowries, so I'll not repeat that again. I'll just let you guys complete your bikini bottom and show you how mine looks like. Thank you so much for watching. Also, please endeavor to go and check out my Facebook group. It's called Neta Crochets Community. Get there and share projects you have worked that have been inspired by my tutorials or inspired by my projects or my works. Let me see you all in my next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, guys.